Namaste everyone. So this is the second video of the series that I've been sharing, and for this particular video I kind of did like a survey with people living in modern cities, and I basically asked them the kind of mental and psychological problems that they face in their day-to-day life, and that includes me also, and I totally relate with these problems that people are facing when they live in the modern cities and in the modern times. So the common problems that I kind of jotted down were mostly anxiety, fear, paranoia, traumas from unpleasant situations that sometimes leads to also depressions. So the topic I chose for this video is how to meditate and how meditation can actually solve these kind of problems, and also the kind of misconceptions that people have related to meditation based on their pre-notions or pre-acquired knowledge. So I have prepared like a set of questions that people normally ask about meditations that basically leads them to misconceptions about meditations. So the first question being, what is meditation? So to answer this question, in my experience, the act of not actually doing something, a situation where there is no expectations, a state where the mind is not really working, in terms that it's not thinking about anything, you're sitting or even you're lying down, but the mind is kind of resting. You're not thinking about anything related to the past or anything related to the future. You're just being aware of what is happening in the present moment. Whatever there is, it may be something that you're going through, it can be an unpleasant experience that you're going through, or it can also be a pleasant experience that you're going through. But the simple act of just being and observing with your awareness is, I think, what is meditation according to me. If you can do this, you can simply meditate. I have heard a lot of people saying, I can't really meditate and it's so difficult to meditate. But I think it's one of the easiest tasks to meditate actually, because you're just simply doing nothing. You're just being the way you are, and you're just being aware of whatever is happening inside you. Now, the second question which I get a lot often is how meditation can help to cope up with these problems which I just mentioned above. So my answer to these questions will be, so for example, you are going through some sort of unpleasant experience, and this experience is really like a turmoil. It's causing very unpleasant feelings inside you, very unpleasant experiences inside you. So what I would do in these times is I would just simply sit and not really think about the outcomes of this situation that I am going through, or I will just sit silently and I will observe that this experience, what kind of changes or what kind of experience it's causing to me internally. Because see, what happens is, when you're going through these unpleasant experiences, and yeah, of course sometimes you can't help, initially you will be so much carried away by the experience that you won't be able to really look at it from detach yourself from the experience and look at it from a different perspective or a third person perspective. But once you really start to observe what's happening, then you will reach a state where you will be no more attached to this feeling, and you will be just in a way observing the situation, and you will eventually realize that the more you started observing, this unpleasant experience started to go away gradually, and you will reach a state when it's no more affecting you in a way it was before, when you initially ended up in this situation. So this is what I think can help to cope up with these situations. Now the next question which I often get is how to meditate correctly. So I think first of all, there is no correct way to meditate. If people tell you that this is the way to meditate, this is the right way to meditate, or this is the wrong way to meditate, I think it's something that is not true in my experience. I think the only right way to meditate will be just not thinking about anything. I know it's difficult for sure. Initially it's very difficult, but to be in a state where you're not thinking about your past or future, because the thoughts, they usually come in two patterns. Either you're thinking about your future, what you will be doing after this, or you're thinking about your past, what did you do before. So to simply being in the present and just observing what's happening, to bring your awareness to your body, to draw all your senses inwards, I think is a way to meditate. And it's very simple. It's not as difficult as it sounds. When you start doing it, you will feel that it's not so difficult to really draw your senses inward and really focus what's happening inside. Now another question which I also get very often is what to focus on while meditating. So in my experience, when I started meditating, I started with focusing on my breathing, because your breathing is something that is throughout, that is constant, going on with you till the time you're alive. And it's a tool to focus on while you are meditating, and it's there always. It's always there with you. But there are plenty of techniques which say that you can focus on sounds, you can focus on objects, you can focus on many different things actually. Some people even take help of the bead, the mala, to meditate. They focus on the physical structure of the bead. Thanks to technology, there are many applications available on Android and all these platforms where you can actually download these applications, and they kind of provide you guided meditations with binaural beats, which really helps you to focus in the present moment. I think it's also a good way to start meditating with the help of guided meditations. And there's this app on Android. I'm not sure if they are on App Store as well, but they are on Play Store, and it's called Insight Timer, and it's a really beautiful app. There are a lot of free meditations also, and there are a lot of paid meditations also, which I find really nice to start meditating. So the next question we're gonna take is how to know you're meditating right. So I think to answer this question, I think I've already answered this question, but just to acknowledge it once again, I would say, see, again, there is no right meditating or wrong meditating. If you're simply present in the moment, if you're just aware of what's happening in the present moment, if thought comes, let it come. You're just aware, okay, cut away from it instantly, because you know, okay, the thought came, now I'm focusing on the present moment. I'm focusing on the object of focus, which can be your breath or anything. So this awareness will help you to bring back you again and again in this present moment. So now the next question is, so for example, let's say I'm meditating and I get distracted. And so how do I come back? So initially when you're aware of your object of focus or your present moment, then there will be moments when thought came from the past or from the future, and then you will be distracted. But then you will know, okay, I was meditating, so I have to kind of bring my awareness back to my meditation. And this time of bringing your awareness back to your present moment from the thoughts, from these distracting thoughts, will keep on decreasing the more you start meditating, the more you start becoming aware of yourself. And soon you will reach a stage where this distraction time will be almost negligible. It will be just like some thought came and you got distracted, and the moment, like within maybe seconds, you will realize, okay, I was meditating. Then you will come back again to your breath, your object of focus is. So to start with, choose any object of focus. Some sounds will be really helpful, guided meditations will be helpful, or the best technique which I find till date is to focus on the breath. To really focus on either on the rise and fall of the belly while you're breathing, or the area just at the entry of the nostrils, which is right here. Because every time you inhale, the breath passes from this area, and every time you exhale, the breath touches and passes from this area. So focusing on this area can be helpful. Yeah, that's all in this video. If you really want to ask something specific about meditating, you can ask me in the direct messages, or you can comment below, and I'll be answering these questions. And also, if you want to know any books or any apps or anything about meditation, you can contact me. Thank you everyone for listening. That's all for today's video.